Hold on tight, because today, we're about to unveil the remarkable world of the most dangerous landings by great pilots. We'll take you on a spine-tingling journey, introducing you to several pilots who have experienced some of the most risky landings, unusual runways, and even strange stowaways. It's a world where adrenaline meets expertise, where the line between life and disaster is thinner than a razor's edge. So, buckle up and prepare for an unforgettable adventure in the skies. But before we soar into this heart-pounding ride, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell, because you won't want to miss a single moment of this thrilling journey. Manchester Miracle. Now, let's dive into a jaw-dropping real-life scenario that will leave you in awe. While Franklin may have been a formidable tropical storm, the United Kingdom has weathered even fiercer tempests. Take Storm Bara in 2021, for instance, a cyclone boasting winds topping a staggering 81 miles per hour. It was a storm so powerful that it forced the postponement of soccer matches across the nation. Now, picture this, a pilot attempting to guide an aircraft through winds so relentless that even walking becomes a daunting challenge. But here's where our story gets truly remarkable. At Manchester Airport, an incredible pilot refused to back down, determined to conquer the fierce gales of Storm Bara. They were about to demonstrate their unwavering skill and nerves of steel. Against all odds, this exceptional pilot managed to bring the aircraft down safely, executing a landing that felt like something out of a Tokyo Drift movie, quick, precise, and utterly mesmerizing. The Flying Cat. Now, we're about to share a truly perfect story that's bound to leave you both amazed and charmed. In the year 2015, pilot Romain Jantot embarked on a routine flight in his Skyrancher, an ultralight utility aircraft known for its fabric-covered tubular structure. The stage was the Kourou Airport in French Guiana. As far as Romain knew, he had just one passenger on board. Little did he realize that a surprise stowaway was hiding right above him. Just 1 minute into the flight, the unbelievable truth unraveled. There, snugly nestled between the fabric sheets that composed the wing, was a cat. Romain's reaction? Calm, collected, and swift. Without hesitation, he decided to turn the aircraft around, heading back to the airfield. Romain executed a perfect landing, showcasing not only his aviation skills but also his remarkable compassion. Boeing vs. Storm Franklin. In 2022, Britain had quite the weather story to tell, a tale of battling Storm Franklin. This ferocious storm brought with it top wind speeds of 75 miles per hour. Trees swayed, umbrellas turned inside out, and the runway at Manchester Airport became the stage for a high-stakes showdown with Mother Nature. Now, let's talk about crosswinds. Picture the wind rushing across the center of a runway, pushing any aircraft attempting to land sideways. It's a challenging situation for even the most experienced pilots. And when you're dealing with giants like Boeing 747s, which can weigh up to a staggering 875,000 pounds when fully loaded, you'd expect them to be immovable. This storm turned these massive aircraft into what seemed like paper airplanes, forcing pilots to make some tough decisions. Landing attempts turned into daring escapes back into the sky. It's a story that showcases the immense power of nature and the skill and determination of those who navigate through its tempestuous path. Mountainside choppers. With over 120 million skiers, snowboarders, and mountain climbers flocking to the Alps each year, it's undeniably one of the world's most beloved tourist destinations. But with such popularity comes a unique set of challenges. The combination of avalanches and massive cliffs poses significant dangers, often requiring the assistance of rescue helicopters. Now, imagine this, you're a pilot tasked with landing a helicopter on the side of a mountain where the terrain is unforgiving, and any misstep could lead to disaster. That's where a Pui pattern, or skate support, comes into play. It's an utterly daring landing technique that demands precision and nerves of steel. In this breathtaking maneuver, the pilot skillfully balances the helicopter on the mountainside, sometimes with the rotor blades spinning perilously close to the rugged terrain. It's a high-stakes ballet in the sky, where even the slightest mistake could have catastrophic consequences. Beachfront Avenger Rescue. Our next story takes us to the Cocoa Beach Airshow in Florida, back in 2021. It was a day filled with excitement as aviation enthusiasts gathered to witness breathtaking displays. Among the aircraft was a TBF Avenger, a World War II relic. Mid-air, the pilot of the TBF Avenger found themselves in a heart-pounding situation. Technical problems emerged, causing the aircraft to lose altitude rapidly. With its pointed propellers aimed directly at a crowded beach, disaster seemed imminent. But, in a moment of sheer skill and split-second decision-making, the pilot averted catastrophe. They skillfully maneuvered the aircraft, guiding it to a gentle splash landing in the water, just above the people on the ground. A few swimmers were in the water when the plane descended, but miraculously, no one suffered any injuries. Though the plane was left in a state nearly beyond repair, what truly mattered was that the pilot emerged unharmed. Before we proceed to our next thrilling plane landing story, I kindly request you to show your support by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, and ringing the notification bell. Now, let's continue our journey. Highway Heroics, Plane Pursuit. Now, let's zoom back to August 2019, where the unexpected unfolded on the streets of Washington. Picture this, a Washington State Patrol officer on duty, going about his day when suddenly, he finds himself in a pursuit unlike any other. Why? Because up in the sky, a small plane with a spinning propeller was in dire straits, forced into an emergency landing right in the middle of a bustling road. With dashcam footage capturing the heart-pounding moment, you can see the plane descending perilously close to the ground as it whizzes past the officer's vehicle. Miraculously, the pilot managed to execute a safe landing, even adhering to traffic regulations by stopping the aircraft at a red light. As it turns out, this daring pilot was racing against time, running low on fuel, and the nearest runway was still out of reach. So, instead of handcuffs, the officer extended a helping hand. He didn't arrest the pilot when he approached, he lent a hand in pushing the plane off the road, ensuring both the pilot's safety and the smooth flow of traffic. Sandsaver, a high-stakes landing. It was a day when the unexpected unfolded high above, a day when a pilot's engines decided it was time to call it quits, forcing an emergency landing on the unforgiving sands below. Now, you might think that landing on sand would be a soft, safe option, but when it comes to aircraft landings, appearances can be deceiving. You see, an aircraft's landing gear is built for rapid, firm runway landings. Landing on softer surfaces can be riskier than it seems. The plane's momentum can push the landing gear backward, leading to catastrophic consequences when the wheels touch down on a sandy beach, potentially causing a nose-first crash. But here's where our story takes a turn for the extraordinary. Against all odds, this pilot managed a landing at just the right angle, preventing any wrenching or gear failure. It was a miraculous touchdown that allowed the pilot to walk away from the ordeal, completely unharmed. Michigan's highway landing. Next is a story that unfolds on the highways of Everett, Michigan. Imagine driving down the highway when suddenly, a plane rapidly approaches, streaking past with incredible speed. From this angle, the landing appears nothing short of dreadful. But don't be fooled by appearances. This pilot, faced with a mechanical issue, was left with no choice but to navigate their aircraft onto the highway. It's a scene reminiscent of a propeller plane landing between two rows of vehicles, a feat that would test even the most seasoned aviator. But this pilot displayed nerves of steel, skillfully avoiding the vehicles trailing behind. Quebec's roadside landing. The pilot of this Quebec airborne adventure found themselves in a nerve-wracking situation. With their engines losing power, the ground below seemed to rush towards them. They received advice to aim for the nearest airport, but it remained just out of reach. As fate would have it, Highway 40 offered the only viable landing option. With no other choice, the pilot guided their aircraft onto the asphalt, seamlessly merging with an active traffic lane. State Barth's risky landings. Gustav III Airport is known for having one of the most treacherous runways globally, a mere 2,119-foot asphalt strip nestled precariously next to a steep hill. The combination of a short runway and a steep approach creates a recipe for intense challenges. Pilots must angle their aircraft's noses sharply downwards to descend onto the runway, leaving little room for error. It's a visual spectacle that unmistakably labels Gustav III as one of the world's most dangerous airports. But here's where it gets even more thrilling: this airport lacks a complete air traffic control system. While most airports feature a towering control tower where an air traffic controller guides pilots during landings and takeoffs, Gustav 3's setup is quite different. There's no towering guidance, which means pilots have to rely on their own communication to coordinate safe approaches. It's a level of pilot teamwork and skill like no other. And that concludes our thrilling journey through these remarkable highway landings. Which of these stories amazed you the most? Have you ever witnessed a heart-pounding aviation moment? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more incredible aviation adventures like these.